Welcome back everyone, I'm Kate Games, and as you can see we are once again setting forth in the science fiction roguelike adventure game FTL. It's a quick new game. Last time I think we did the Red Tail, and now it's time to do the second one in the list of the B-type ships. This is the Engi Cruiser Type B. And as you can see, we start the game with one and only one crew member. If anything happens to this guy, game over. Not good. To help our little one Engi, we do have a number of drones. We have an anti-personnel drone who moves very slowly. He does have 150 health, but he doesn't fight very well, but he does fight people in hand to hand. So if we get boarded, then this guy's going to be the main thing that's going to get rid of the boarders. And we have two system repair droids who can run around and repair systems, because obviously our one and only crewman needs to stay in the piloting. Weapons wise, we start with a heavy ion, which does 2 ion damage. Each ion damage removes 1 power bar from an enemy system for 5 seconds, so this will do it for 10 seconds. And we have a heavy laser which fires 1 shot, but it does do 2 damage. So the strategy here obviously is to wait for both weapons to charge up, which takes 13 seconds for the heavy ion. Heavy ion knocks down the enemy shield, and then the heavy laser shoots things. That does mean that we have to face tank whatever the enemy are doing to us for those 13 seconds. And if the heavy ion misses, then that's another 13 seconds we have to wait for it to charge up. So that's not good. Or if the enemy have 2 layers of shield, then we cannot hurt them. So the first thing you need to do on this ship is find another weapon, and then more crew. That's like the only systems it comes with is drones. That's good. It means we can find a store and buy a defense drone Mark 1 and stick it in the drone base so we can at least shoot down incoming enemy missiles. Anyway, let's get started. The data we're carrying is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. We need to get all the way across 8 sectors and kill the enemy flagship. Okay, as we see, we have a decent amount of power bars. We have 2 spare if we depower the med bay. We don't need the med bay at the moment. Anti-personnel drone needs 2, system repair drones need 1. We do have 3 power in the drone base, so we can have 1 system repair and the anti-personnel, or both system repairs running around fixing stuff. We start the game with 30 scrap. Is there anything we want to do with 30 scrap? I don't think so. I don't think we need to spend it straight away. Okay, first system looks pretty nice. Everything looks fairly interconnected, so I think we'll go back and then work our way, just kind of noodle around. As always, you want to hit as many of these pings as possible. Each ping is a chance for money. Okay, we've come across a small rebel ship. They're trying to run away. So let's try and get their stuff, and that means they're instantly going to try and run away. So I've paused the game with the spacebar. That's the first thing I do. I do the PIE method, that's P-I-E. P stands for pause, I stands for identify. That's usually either the enemy crew or their weapons. I cannot see the crew because we don't have sensors at all on the ship. I can't even see what's going on my own ship because I don't have any sensors. We can identify the enemy weapons. This is a beam drone. This will fly around and try and draw little lines of laser fire, doing 1 damage to each room it hits. -1 for every operational shield bubble. We have 1 operational shield bubble, so this thing cannot hurt us unless our shield goes down. The only other weapon they have is a missile. That's slightly annoying, that bypasses shields. But enemy ships do only have 10 missiles on board, so that will eventually run out of ammunition. We need to stop these guys escaping, and the way we're going to do that is knocking down the shields with a heavy ion, and the heavy laser has to smash either their engines or their piloting room. Now they do have a drone control. If they've got a system repair drone on this ship, they might escape us. Again, this drone we can ignore, that we cannot. It missed us. I'm not sure how. We've only got a 10% chance of evasion, but I'll take that. Right, weapons are ready. Ion, please hit. Good. Right, what do we want to do? Do we want to hit the piloting or the engines? There will be a crew member in piloting, so they'll start repairing immediately. I think we'll go for engines. This will do 2 damage, so it should break it. Good. And they've hit my weapons. That's not great. So we need to spawn our system repair drones straight away. God damn. Here comes another missile. It's hit me in the piloting. That's also not great. The weapons have been repaired. Repair bot's automatically going to help out with the piloting. And they've fixed their ship. Uh-oh. Okay, the shields have gone down now. This is all bad. Oh, great. Our ion just missed. And it looks like our med bay's on fire as well. This is not going well. And now the oxygen's offline. That's not going well. Repair droids will fix it up. Come on, ion. Okay, these guys are going to escape unless this ion hits right now. Nope, they escaped. Well, that went well. We're half dead. Half the ship's on fire. Oxygen's offline. We didn't get any scrap. We took lots of damage. Oh, God. That was just bad luck with them hitting our weapons and then one of our ion blasts missing. People absolutely hate playing on this ship because of this nonsense. Come on, little drone, fix that up. There we go. Then this guy will stay here spawned. I mean, we can depower him. He doesn't despawn, he stays here. We've only got 5 drones. And each time we spawn a drone, it removes one. So even though he's depowered, we can repower him. It doesn't cost us another drone. It just costs us power to repower him. He does only have 25 health. So anyone that boards a ship will kill him pretty much instantly. That did not go well. Right. Next ping, we detect an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. Right, let's have a fight. Let's pause. Ahaha! We're in luck. These guys have a beam drone, we know what that does, I just told you, and a mini beam which does the same thing as a beam drone. Neither of these weapons can get through my paltry 1 layer of shield. These guys cannot hurt us. This is fantastic. This is an absolute turkey shoot. So we'll wait 13 long seconds for the heavy ion to charge up, knock down their shields, or miss. Okay, another 13 seconds to wait. Next time we will hit. There we go. And then we're going to smash the piloting. Okay, now heavy lasers do have a chance to do a breach, and when you do a breach you'll hear a psh when our laser blast hits. And breaches are the best thing you can do to auto scouts, because these auto scouts have an automatic repair system. So that will slowly be repairing itself right now, but if the room is breached, then it cannot work in that room. So you can completely neutralise these scout ships. Then why did I go for piloting? A, to stop it running away, and B, when the piloting or the engines are broken, the enemy ship's evasion goes to 0. So that means this ion will hit the shields. If we can fire before the piloting fixes itself, there we go. Hit the piloting again with the laser. Again, just another 2 damage. So again, we're just going to keep doing the same thing, shooting at the same things. The shields have come back online, now they're off again. Again, not a breach. Heavy lasers can also set fire to things. Not that fire damages auto scouts, because if we had sensors we would see that the entire interior of the auto scout has no oxygen in it and the fires will go out almost immediately. Well, we deserved an easy fight after the last one. Right, we get 3 fuel, 1 drone part and 12 scrap for that, that's not bad. And the fueling outpost gives us 2 more fuel, 2 missiles and another 18 scrap. 60 scrap. Right, first thing you do, every time you have 50 scrap at the start of the game, you buy another shield bubble. You get 1 shield bubble for every 2 power bars and shields. That's why there's a separator here after each 2. So we now have 2 layers of shield, but no spare power bars. So if we need to put a drone out, we'll have to either depower one of the weapons or more likely the oxygen. I'm not going to depower our one and only bar in engines because that will reduce the evasion to 0 and stop the FTL drive from spooling up so we can't escape. Well, we've made some progress. Here comes the enemy fleet. If this overtakes you, it's not an instant fail, it's just a very tough fight, and the only reward for the fight is 1 fuel so you can get out. So you want to surf this wave, you want to stay just ahead of that and reach as many different yellow pings as you can to maximise your chances of getting scrap and therefore upgrading your ship. An especially well-armed pirate ship approaches you. Hand over one of your crew members and the rest of you can go free. Well, if we do number 1, then we lose our one and only crew member and game over, so no. Number 2. Right, let's pause, identify. This little laser will do 1 shot and it will take down 1 layer of shield, and they have a missile. So we do not need 2 layers of shield, so I'm going to depower them just to free up the 2 power bars and I'm going to power up the system repair drone just in case these guys' missile hits us. I am expecting it to hit. We do only have 10% evasion after all. Don't hit me in the weapon. Okay, it's hit it in the medbay. The medbay is on fire, but little drone will go. Another problem we're encountering is that every time one of your systems gets fully broken and turned red, it does do 1 hull damage to us. So if we keep getting hit by missiles, the missiles damage us and do that, and anything they break damages us again. So that's why we're losing so much health. Anyway, our ion is on the way. It's hit. We need to turn off their weapons, so let's smash them. Good. Now, that resist you saw was because this is a rock ship. And rock ships have an augment on them, which means they have a 35% chance of avoiding all health hull damage. The system still got completely wiped out, but the hull did not take any damage. But at least we have turned our weapons off for a little while. So again, we're going to ion the shields and then keep shooting them in the weapons. Good, just to keep the weapons off. And anyone who's in here trying to fix it will be taking damage from this heavy laser as well. I think it's only 15 health damage per shot. But if they keep resisting enough hull damage, eventually we'll kill everyone who's in here. And that will get us an increased reward. If you can kill the enemy crew, you get an increased reward. Well, they're fixing their weapons now. Come on, heavy ion, don't miss. Good. Excellent. We've managed to keep their weapons pretty much offline all the time. I think all the crew are in here because they're fixing this really quite fast. Ion, don't miss. Laser, don't miss. Excellent. Well, I don't think we're going to get the crew kill, but we're going to hopefully kill them unless they resist the next shot. Ion, laser. Hey, we won! Now, sometimes when you're fighting these slaver ships, when you cause them enough damage, they'll offer you an extra crew member, like one of their slaves, to leave them alone. But that did not happen in our case, unfortunately. The slave ship is destroyed. They will not continue their evil trade, but many lives were probably lost on that ship. And sometimes when you kill the enemy ship, you find a survivor in the wreckage, but that didn't happen either. So luck is not on our side today. So we got 1 fuel, 1 missile and 29 scrap. Is there anything I want to do with 39 scrap? Yeah, I want to get blast doors on this ship, because at the moment these orange doors do not prevent enemy moving around, so they can just go wherever they want on my ship if they board us, and that is bad. I want level 1 blast doors, so now our guys can run around wherever they want, but the enemy have to break down these doors, and that gives me time to do things like vent out the oxygen or get the anti-personnel drone powered up in marauding. And it just stops them from going wherever they want and doing whatever they want. Right, onwards. You arrive near a damaged and dilapidated space station. It appears to be abandoned, but you detect faint life signatures on board. Now, if we board this station and look for survivors, we could lose our one and only crewman. So let's not do that. Let's just scrap some of the debris. Right, well, we got 11 scrap. We got 11 scrap, and that's 11 scrap we did not have, so I'm going to say thank you. You recognise the ship as a well-known slave trader. Okay, now he's offering to sell us a slave for 30 money, or we can attack them, or we can ignore them. We're going to attack them. Right, let's pause, identify. They have a heavy laser, we know what that does. It does 1 shot, takes down 1 layer of shield, and this little mini beam will try and draw lines, so if we have 2 layers of shield, we'll be invincible. That's good, that means we can depower the system repair drone. We're not going to need him, and we're going to power up our own shields, and now these guys cannot hurt us. Let's see if these guys will give in and give us a slave. So we're going to ion the shields, and then we're going to shoot them in the piloting. Again, just to... well, that was quick. Right, they are offering us a slave. They're offering us Will, who is an Engi, so we'll accept that. Welcome aboard, Will. Engi's special ability is that they're really fast at fixing stuff. They're really crap in close combat. They only do like 50% damage in close combat. But at least now our evasion has gone up to 15 and we have an extra crewman to risk maybe losing on an event if I think it's worth the risk. Or, of course, he can run into weapons and man the weapons, which speeds up the weapon spool time by 10%. Or when we get boarded, he can run into doors. And now the door is manned, so it gets an instant level upgrade. That's why the doors have now got a striation on them, so they're more advanced doors. Or he can go into shields, and when the shields is manned, the shields recharge 10% faster. So it's great to have someone who's not stuck in piloting. And especially someone who's really quick at fixing stuff. That's going to come in handy, I think. Your arrival is greeted by numerous computer alerts. The nearby automated rebel scout ship has used a local satellite to deploy a virus to disrupt your shields. Oh dear. Hopefully it won't cause further problems before you can destroy it. Okay, oh dear. Okay, we're in trouble here. As we see, they have knocked off one of our 2 shield bubbles. This is a bad thing. This is a combat drone. Very much like the enemy beam drone, this will fly around and then shoot one laser. The problem with these things is that the distance they fly is random. So sometimes it will fly all the way over here and shoot, and then slowly fly all the way over here and shoot, and that gives our shields plenty of time to regenerate. But sometimes it will fly to here and shoot, then it will fly here and shoot, and then it will fly here and shoot. It's completely random, so these things can, in theory, get through quite a lot of shields. And they also have a laser, which will also do one shot. So these guys can definitely hurt us. There's nothing we can do to stop that. We're going to keep our guy in engines, so we've got maximum evasion. So 15% of the time they'll miss. That's all we can really do. I think I'm going to turn on one of the system repair drones, because I'm expecting us to take some damage during this fight. Things we have to target. Oh yeah, I never told you what the E in Pi method was. That's evaluate how you're going to kill them. So, heavy ion on the shields, that goes without saying. And our heavy laser is going to go in their drone bay, hopefully breach it and turn this thing off forever. So I'll just preempt the ion. Okay, here comes our laser. Ooh, it missed. Okay, ion, go. Laser, please hit. And a breach would be lovely. Go on. God damn, a miss. Ow, oh great, it's hit me in the weapons, that's just not great. I'm putting the guy in there in the weapons to speed up the weapon recharge by 10%. I'm not going to fire the ion. Okay, there goes... oh, it's all gone bad. Right, ion's ready, let's go. We've got the 50% health warning. Ion, hit. Laser, don't miss. Yes! And that metallic ripping sound you heard was a breach. So now, once our one and only shield bubble comes back online, we are invincible to this enemy ship. There it goes. All it has left is this laser, because it cannot repair its drone bay now, so that's fantastic. Hey, missed. And you'll notice every time it misses, we get little arrows here. That's our guys skilling up. So if our guy's in piloting and the enemy miss, he gets 1 rank. When he gets to level 15, he'll get 10% bonus. And same with this guy in engines, he'll get 10% bonus, and that means the evasion of the ship will go up. Same thing happens in weapons and shields and any other manable station. When you're in weapons, every time you fire a weapon, you get 1 rank. Let's just go that, and then we'll do that just to reduce its evasion to 0, so our next ion will hit the shield. Then we'll go for the piloting again. Now, because the heavy laser spools up in about 9 seconds, and the heavy ion puts 2 bars of ion damage on the enemy's shield, and each bar of that is 5 seconds. and they run consecutively, so the shields are down for 10 seconds. That does give you time to get off 2 laser blasts in between the ions, if they hit and if you time it right. There we go. We won the fight. We have a reward of 2 missiles, 1 drone part and 23 more scrap. That's nice. And depower the system repair drone. Put more power in the shields. Distress calls are really good. Some of them will give you a quest to another ping on the same map. Some will give you a quest on another ping on a different map. But the rewards can be really quite good. So let's go and do a distress call. Once you arrive at the location of the distress call, a civilian ship hails you. Thank you for responding to our beacon. Our FTL navigation has gone haywire and we cannot plot a course to the nearest depot. Could you lead us there? Okay, let's lead them to their destination. They give us 12 scrap as a down payment and they want us to take them here. We are not going to be doing that because there is no link to the exit. And if we go up there, it will take us 2 to get there, and then we'll have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that means the enemy fleet will be 6, and they'll be way there, and we'll be into this. These little fights, that's where the enemy fleet are, in red. It's a tough fight. These double exclamation mark ones are just absolutely brutal. That pretty much is a game over. So we will not be doing this quest. And there is no penalty for failing a quest, so we'll just not do it. We can't do it. It's too far away, and we're not doing it. A small platform orbits this beacon. It looks like a refueling station of some sort. It is cheerily broadcasting reasonable prices in a spectrum of frequencies and languages. We can ignore it or we can dock. Let's have a dock. Okay, the refueling station welcomes you into one of its berths, and as you hail them, there is an explosion from your engine room. Whilst assessing the damage, you detect a pirate ship closing in fast. Right, we've taken another 3 health damage. And the engines are offline, but it's okay, the Engi guy will fix it. We've paused, let's identify. They've got 1 laser which does 1 shield damage. We don't care about the shields, we'll depower them. And they have a bomb. Now, bombs have many different warheads, and the warhead will spawn here. But the problem we're going to have is that NPC ships fire as soon as their weapons are ready. So I will have a nanosecond to identify the warhead just before it fires. Come on, you fix the engines. Bombs teleport on board your ship. If we had a defense drone and they were firing missiles at us, the defense drone could shoot down the missile, but defense drones cannot shoot down bombs. Bombs just teleport on board your ship. If we're lucky, it will be stupid and select an empty room, so it won't actually damage anything. But we'll see. This could go badly, depending on what kind of bomb it is. Let's ion the shield. The bomb's taking an awful long time to charge up. That tells me it's either a fire bomb or an ion. So let's laser their weapons room and try and knock it off. Good. Okay, these guys are now offering 1 fuel, 1 missile and 14 scrap to leave them alone. I think we can get a better reward if we kill them, so no, I'm not accepting that. So again, I'm going to put the heavy laser in the piloting. It should be able to get in just before the ion, which it did, and then we'll go in the shields and that'll finish him off. So the only good thing about the Engi B is that the heavy laser does do 2 damage, and indeed we got 2 fuel, 1 drone and 24 scrap instead of 14, so that's much better. 74 scrap, lovely. Turn the shields back on. Onwards, looks like we can get 1 more ping before we go to the exit. Your ship is hailed. This is an automated message. Resisting our takeover is pointless. Prepare to die. It appears this rebel ship is run by an AI. Well, of course it is, and it's trying to run away. Right, pause. Identify. They've got a little combat drone and a heavy laser, so these guys can hurt us. But only if this drone does a little stutter step, if it moves and then fires and takes down both shields. But they're trying to run away, so obviously the ion has to go in the shields and the heavy laser needs to go in the piloting. If it breaches the piloting, that'll be perfect. If it doesn't, it'll at least slow them down. Oh, here we go. Oh, our shields just came back online right in the nick of time. Hey, alright, we breached the piloting. That means their enemy FTL delayed is going to be permanent because they cannot fix the piloting now. And then that's going to make me take out their weapons. I mean, the drone is the bigger threat because it can fire a couple of times, or very rarely 3 times in a row. But this thing does do 2 damage, and I don't want the drone to take down both shields and this thing to get a 2 damage hit on me. Man, they're missing an awful lot, even though we've only got 15% chance. Good. And then we'll go for the shields. I'm not overly concerned about this drone because I do have 2 layers of shield. And I'd quite like it to keep firing so it will miss more often so these guys can get trained up a little bit more. But it's a bit of a risk, so I'm not going to do that. Just finish it off. There we go. I don't think we took any damage. That's not how this run has been going, but I'm very happy. And we get 2 missiles, 1 drone part, and another 13 scrap. 87 scrap, that's good. We can maybe look for a store in the next sector. Right, it's time to get to the exit. We've run out of room, we've run out of time. Let's go. We've arrived at the long range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, we can get to the next map. Oh, and there's a refueling station here. This is like the best price for fuel you will ever get. We do have 87 scrap, we've got 14 fuel. Let's just buy 6 fuel for 12 scrap. 2 scrap for fuel is amazing. That's 20 fuel, that'll last us a good long time. Good. Onwards to the next sector. Okay, now we have choices. Green sectors always have at least 3 stores in them. Purple sectors are nebulas where your sensors won't work while the enemy fleet moves slower, so it gives you more time to hit pings. Red ones have at least 1 store and usually more combat. So I think we'll go south and do pirate controlled. If the reports are true, this area has been under the control of pirates for quite some time. Some traders still attempt to trade with a few settlements that remain, but they do so at great risk. Now we're kind of on the lookout for a store because we do have 75 scrap. Well, there's a distress beacon here. These little blue pings are nebulas. As I said, our sensors won't work, but we don't have sensors anyway. And the enemy fleet progress is halved for that turn. But first thing we're going to do is this distress call, because then that gives us the rest of the map to find out if we get a quest where it's going to send us. Here, 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 then maybe dick around in the nebula to slow the enemy fleet. It appears that the distress beacon is coming from the surface of a nearby moon. Your sensors are picking up a single life form. We're going to risk one of our crew members by sending them down. You find a colony which seems to have been recently attacked. Exploring the devastation, you find a lone survivor. We can take him back home, or we can give him a job. Let's give him a job. We could do with crew members. Oh, this is good. He states that he was an engineer before being stranded. He happily offers his services for a time in exchange for getting off that rock. And we have Charlie the Mantis. And Charlie comes with green trained engines. So Charlie the Mantis is going to go man the engines and Will is going to go man the weapons. So his evasion skill is green, that's why there's a little green star above, and that means our evasion has gone from 15 to 17. Hey, more is more. And another good thing about Charlie is that he's a Mantis, and Mantis get like a huge combat bonus in close combat. So if anyone does board our ship, we don't have to worry about fighting them with 2 crappy Engis. We've actually got the best close combat person in the game. That's going to be nice. I'm going to save their positions here, so that's great. Well, there's a store right here as well. That's wonderful. They have 75 scrap to spend. Ooh, there's all kinds of good stuff here. What do we have to sell? We can sell our drone reactor booster. All that does is increase the onboard speed of our drones by 25%. Do we need that now? We've got 3 crew members? I'm not sure. Okay, we have a hull laser 1. This does 2 shots per firing, so that would be really good for getting through shields. So I think I'm gonna buy that pretty much instantly. That's a bit of a no-brainer, so let's buy that. And then I think I'm just going to spend the rest of our money on repairs because we needed it. Okay, that was not the best store, but it was pretty good. So now instead of relying on the heavy ion to take down shields, we can use the hull laser, which does 2 shots, and the heavy laser, which does 1 shot. So why don't we try that out for a while? Hull laser does 2 shots. That'll take down 2 shields, and then the heavy laser will just do 2 damage on the empty room, which is lovely. Hull lasers do have a chance of doing breaches as well, which is great. And if you fire them at an empty room, they do double damage. So if the enemy's only got 1 layer of shield, we can use our heavy laser to knock down that shield, and then the hull laser on the empty room does 2 shots. Each shot will get 2 damage on an empty room. So yeah, we're actually looking pretty good. I mean, we've still not got a defense drone, and we've got like all the systems are on level 1 and will break instantly. But at least we're a little bit better offensively. Oh balls. We're in an asteroid field. A pirate ship was lying in wait inside this asteroid field. It immediately moves in to attack. Okay, asteroid belts. It says danger. You're in an asteroid field. Periodically, asteroids will strike your ship. This is a bad thing, but it's also a good thing because that happens to the enemy as well. And they've only got 1 shield. Most asteroids will take down 1 layer of shield. Very occasionally, an asteroid will bypass 1 layer of shield. So these guys might get hit by that. As we see, asteroids are incoming. We need to take out their weapons first, if we can. Wait for the other weapon. Ow! We got hit. Okay. Wow, lots of breaches happened there. Their weapons are like at least 1 breach here. I'm not sure what happened here. An asteroid hit that. I'm not sure if it breached them or not. Right, our next volley is going in their shields. Take their shields down in an asteroid belt, they gonna die. So, hull laser, heavy laser, boom, you guys ain't got no shield. And the asteroids are smashing them. And now they're offering us 3 fuel, 1 drone and 17 scrap to leave them alone. Let's not leave them alone, let's kill them. Heavy laser in there, that'll kill them, boom. And we got a much better reward of 1 missile, 1 drone and 30 scrap. Lovely. Right, you stop manning that and go and fix the doors. I'm getting him to do it rather than powering up the drone, because as we see, there is indeed a repair stat. So the more times he repairs things, the faster he's going to get at repairing. Another distress call, but it's annoyingly close to the exit. But we can always go backwards from here and go into the nebula to slow down the enemy fleet. Let's do that. A ship without life forms within a dense asteroid field is giving off a distress call. Shall we investigate? It could be dangerous. Let's search for the ship. You find what appears to be pieces of a derelict ship coated with ice or crystal. Before you have a chance to dock with it, a few asteroids get past your shields and damage our engines. We'll have to pull out, and we took 5 hull damage. The bad thing about Mantis is that they are terrible at repairing. Look how slowly he's repairing this. Right, let's get an Engi in there. And now it's just like, broop, done. Okay, that was a terrible distress call. Let's get into the nebula. If we go into the nebula, how are we going to get back out? 1, 2, 3, and then out and down this way and out. Okay. You can't see anything. All we can do is to wait for our FTL to charge. Well, that was a waste of fuel. There was nothing in at this ping at all. Let's go here. Uh-oh. You jump into the middle of a plasma storm. Multiple recently incapacitated ships loom in the shadows, briefly illuminated by the lightning. We can manually search the wreckage for survivors and equipment. We could lose a crew member here, or we could avoid the risk and jump away unscathed. You know what? No guts, no glory. Let's try it. Oh! Within the ship graveyard, you find 1 ship that seems relatively untouched. On board, you find an unconscious passenger and take them back on board the ship. Once awake, they offer to join your crew as thanks. We get 1 fuel, 1 drone, 13 scrap, and bars. And Mr. Bars is a Zoltan. He only has 70 health, but Zoltans, whichever room they're in, gains 1 layer of power if that room needs power. So we'll put him in shields. And as we see, this little yellow bar is the power that this guy himself is supplying. That means we have 1 spare power bar to put somewhere else. That's nice. We like Zoltans. And we're in danger. We're in a nebula and we're in a plasma storm. Plasma storms cut your maximum power bank by half, which is why we've only got like barely anything on. If you're in a fight in these plasma storms, it's terrifying. Go, that's all our power bars being restored. Your ship emerges quite far away from the beacon. You see a rebel ship waiting nearby, undoubtedly stationed to look out for you. Let's attack the ship. Get our shields back on, get the hull laser back on. Right, let's identify. They've got a heavy laser and a beam drone. If we have 2 layers of shield, they can't hurt us. And now they can't hurt us because our shields are back. Okay, how are we going to kill these guys? Doesn't really matter. Let's do hull laser on the piloting, heavy laser piloting, just smash that. Okay, we saw that door open from their drone control. That tells me they have a system repair droid who's on the way here. So the next volley is going to go and smash that. Just in case they try and run away. Right, that's the drone control offline. Someone's in here fixing it, but he won't fix it as quickly as a drone will. So we need to go engines next. And now they're trying to pay us off with 2 fuel, 1 drone and 18 scrap. No, no surrender. I'm having fun firing 3 shots and not having to arse around waiting on a heavy ion to charge up all the time. Yes, the hull laser's pretty slow charging. Oh, we missed an awful lot. As you progress in the game, the enemy ships are going to have better and better evasion. That's why you always go for the piloting to turn it off. There we go, that got him. And we get 2 fuel, 1 drone and 30 scrap. That's much better, 73 scrap. We're going to come down this way. Ooh, back out of the nebula. Oh, hello. A small merchant ship messages you. Underground Federation comm channels are all talking about your secret mission. Let us install a weapon to help you. Good luck. We get 15 scrap and an ion blaster. Now that is interesting. Ion blast charges up in only 8 seconds. It does 1 shot and it does 1 ion damage. So I'm going to replace the heavy ion with the ion blast. Then we could potentially spend 35 scrap on a weapon control upgrade and then 20... In fact, we don't need to spend 20 scrap on the power bar. Thanks to bars, because we have 1 spare power bar. Okay, let's do that. Let's spend 35 scrap on that. And now we have an ion blast which can take down the enemy shield, and then a hull laser and heavy laser, them smashing bits in the enemy's ship. Okay. Offensively, we're looking pretty good. Defensively, not quite so much. I want to keep my scrap total at least 50, just in case there's a store, because what I'm looking out for is a defense drone Mark 1, which will shoot down missiles, and it will also shoot down asteroids and asteroid belts. Because I'd really love to get a defense drone 1 on this ship, so I'm gonna keep at least 50 scrap at all times. Okay, how many more pings do we think we can do? 1, 2, 3, 4 out, or 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't really matter. Right, what do we think? North or south? South. The only thing within scanning range is an old abandoned mining structure, and there's nothing here. It's terrible. Oh, none of these 3 are stores. That's disappointing. Asteroid Belt. You arrive in an asteroid belt to discover that a rebel automated scout has been stationed here. Prepare for a fight. Right, what do you notice about this enemy scout ship? It hasn't got any shields and it's in an asteroid belt. This is going to be a very quick fight. It does have an Ion Blast Mark II, which will take 13 seconds to spool up, as we know, because that's how long our one took to spool up. And they've got a little laser. Theoretically, they can hurt us because the ion will go in the shields, take 1 power bar off the shield, which will knock down 1 bubble, because, as I said before, you need 2 active power bars and shields to keep them operational. So that will take down 1 layer of shield. The laser will take down the other one, and then maybe an asteroid will hit us or something. But unfortunately for them, they have no shield. So our Ion Blast, I'm going to hold control, turn it yellow. then that tells the ion blast to fire. As soon as it's spooled up, it's going to keep firing at their weapons and keep their weapons suppressed. The heavy laser is going to go for the piloting all the time, and the hull laser is going to go, no, hull control, is going to go for that empty room. This is going to be a very quick fight. Are we actually going to get to fire before the asteroids kill this thing? There we go. Nice. The ship explodes, leaving behind 1 fuel, 1 missile and 34 scrap. That's nice. Okay, now we have 37 scrap available, because remember, we're holding back 50 in case we find a store. Come on, FTL drive. You need to spool up faster. Let's go. You detect 2 ships, one chasing the other. Scanners show the pursuer is a pirate. Let's aid the civilians. You power up the weapons and engage your pirate ship. Okay, pause, identify. You've got a heavy laser, which will take down 1 layer of shield. And you've got a bomb, which will teleport through our shields. So we do not need 2 layers of shield. So I'm going to depower this, because I have noticed this icon. This is a teleport pad. They are, as we see, this door is open. Someone is running out of their weapons room. He's going to run down here, get on board the teleport pad, and board us. I mean, we do have Charlie the Mantis, who's going to do a lot of ass kicking, but we might power up our anti-personnel drone. We'll see how many people they board us with. 1, and it's a human versus a mantis. The mantis is going to win this quite handsomely, so we'll put 1 power bar in the med bay, because mantis is going to take some damage. How are we going to kill this ship? Ion blast is going to go yellow on its shields to keep them suppressed, and everything else is going to go on their weapons, because I want that bomb gone. There we go, bomb's gone. Mantis has almost killed the human already. These guys are in deep doo-doo. There we go, Mantis has won the fight. He doesn't need to be in engines anymore, because ain't nothing firing at us. Easy peasy. The pirate ship breaks apart. From its wreckage we get 3 fuel, 1 missile and 22 scrap. And the civilians give us another 3 fuel, 2 missiles and 29 more scrap. 138 scrap, that's outstanding. Right, let's spend some of this, because we know that the 1 remaining ping isn't a store. I'm going to upgrade the oxygen and the med bay and the engines. And that is all. I did this so that if the oxygen takes 1 point of damage, it will not go red, it will not get turned off, it will only be yellow, and that means I can fix it. Same with the med bay, same with the engines, and if you have like level 2 oxygen or level 2 med bay or level 2 anything, or just generally improved stats across the board, you can sometimes get extra options in events which can give you increased rewards. So that's another reason I wanted to do that. Of course, it does mean that if we put 2 power in the oxygen, it will refill oxygen if it's low really quite quick at level 2. I mean, it's amazingly quick. So this is all good. I mean, we're looking pretty good here. So let's go to the final ping for the exit. A small pirate ship messages you. That sure is a shiny ship you got there. You fire a warning shot across their bow and they respond, hey, no need for violence, it was only a comment. So nothing happens. Let's go to the exit. You arrive at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is spooled up, we can get out of here. And we're immediately hailed by a mobile docking platform upon arrival. Welcome to Uncle Joe's Fix-It shop. Need a tune-up? We got you covered. So let's inquire about their speciality. And these guys are offering to upgrade our oxygen system. I literally just upgraded it. Now you will notice that this is only 30 scrap. If I was to upgrade it myself, it would cost 50. So this fix-up shop is quite a nice thing. It gives you a cheap upgrade. It would have been nice if it had been piloting, because it would have only cost us like 10, but no, we're going to decline that offer. I do not need level 3 oxygen, so thank you chaps. And we're going to move on. And we're going to move on to the next episode. This is the end of Sector 2. So when we come back, we'll get on to Sector 3, which I think we'll go for rebel control. I don't really want to fight rocks, because A, there'll be lots of rock ships which have a chance to avoid hull damage, which means it takes longer to kill them, and B, rock crew members have 150 health, so getting crew kills on them is pretty difficult. So we'll go up and play with the rebels next time when we come back. Upgrades wise, what's the next thing we want to do? I mean, we're going to keep 50 scrap on board at all times so we can buy a defense drone 1. Weapons wise, we're looking good. I really want to get a third layer of shield, but that's 100 scrap plus 40 or 55 to buy enough power bars to run it. But having 3 layers of shield would be really nice. So system defense drone, 3 layers of shield. Offensively, I mean, we're pretty good. This one ion blast, which at the minute fires every 8 seconds, but when Will scales up, see, at the minute it's actually faster than 8 seconds. Because Will's manning it, it's charging up 10% faster. So it's really only 7.2. So if Will can get trained up to 15% or even 20%, that would be lovely, because then that ion blast could like theoretically take down any number of shields. Because if this thing can cycle fast enough to... I don't think... what is 0.8 of 8? Okay, I would cycle it every 6.4. It's not quite going to be fast enough to constantly take down shields, but it will constantly be taking down 1 layer of shields, and that lets our 3 shots get through. So we can like face enemies with 3 layers of shield and still damage them, which is really nice at this early stage of the game. So come back next time and we'll go on the hunt for a defense drone and enough scrap to get 3 layers of shield and see how many more crew members we can pick up. We're doing really well to have 4 crew members on an Engi B, and they're all really good ones as well. So come back next time and see how we get on. Until then, do look after yourself, and I'll talk to you again very soon.